right away, ASU, we see them with Stranglethorn Tiger in their opening hand. And so this is a build that I've been seeing some players tinker with lately, is what belongs in this 5-drop slot. And so with Hunters, they seem to be very split right now, which is either
Ram Wrangler.
You're playing the Ram Wrangler with Houndmaster, like that sort of variant, or you're kind of going with the Leper Gnome versions that are a bit more aggressive, and their only top end is really Savannah High main. But we can see here, ASU, they open with King's Elec in their build, so this one really, really focused around getting a beast on the board. This to me just screams like a Houndmaster build with Ram Wranglers in it.
And Bear Trap.
Yeah, they want to get on the board, they want to protect their threats, and they want to make sure that they have a beast on the board so they can utilize it later on. So something that this deck does, honestly, is that it sacrifices a lot of 1-drops that are typically in this build. You usually won't find Abusive Sergeant and things like that, in favor of getting a swingier turn around the turn 4, turn 5 stage of the game. And so really the big battle here is, can Nevada offset the early game from ASU, and then can they keep that offset there? So, Living Seeds, great at fighting versus Abusive Sergeants and Leper Gnomes and the like. Not so good at fighting Mad Scientists. It does proactively kill this, so you have the Darnassus Aspirant here, but look at this hand right now. This is a situation I feel like we constantly are finding Druids in. Lots of big top end and having to struggle through the early game stages to make sure they get there.
I mean, Darnassus Aspirant's actually a pretty fantastic card to pop into Freezing Trap.
Yeah, but it's not such a good card to pop into Bear Trap.
Nope, not at all. That is very true. I wonder how many Bear Traps ASU is actually running, but to be honest, looking at the deck, I wouldn't be surprised if there actually is a Ram Wrangler in there, because Ram Wrangler works the same way as Houndmaster, where having cards that really give you a reliable chance to have a beast on the board, Ram Wrangler is fantastic with that, because a lot of beasts can be game-winning if they pop out. Gazrilla, cards like King Crush, you're getting a 3/3, and you have the potential to get a huge beast.
Yeah, so here's the deal with that deck, too. Before, if you built a beast-centric deck with just Houndmaster, Houndmaster was the only card you had to take advantage of that. Now that you have 2 copies of cards to take advantage of that, I feel like you can more focus on that game plan.
Yeah.
And so we don't know what this other trap is quite just yet, because they did play this Bear Trap along with it, but if you're in Nevada's seat, I think you got to feel very comfortable attacking here.
That's a bear.
Wow, and so that's a Snake Trap backed behind that as well. Maybe it's a Snipe, but this is a spot where Nevada, they cannot let this bear live a turn. Not only is it going to be checking the Aspirant, but there's always those threats that start coming out here. Just, in this situation, the threat of just damage at this point.
Yeah.
But either way, a tough situation to be in. Because here's the thing, if they use this swipe right now, they have to know that's Snake Trap.
Yeah.
That's on the board. Or likely to be Snake Trap. Again, it still could be Snipe. But if this is Snake Trap and they use the swipe right now, those 1/1s are going to go unchecked. And looking at their hand, they don't have a way to effectively fight that right now. They may have to just give this up.
Yeah, and Snake Trap is another card that fits in with that theme that you talked about. The beast theme, having a reliable way to have a beast on the board. Snake Trap can sometimes catch you off guard. You see, oh, well, it's probably a mid-range hunter based off Web Spinner.
That Bear Trap's giving here, by the way. It forced a 4-mana card out of Nevada's hand. That is a major deal right now. It doesn't seem like a lot, but look at the options that ASU has. They can go for development here. They can play for tempo by kill commanding this Darnassus Aspirant and then following up with a couple of King's Alex. All the options are on their side of the board right now. Druid is kind of on autopilot at this point. ASU, they're the ones who are navigating it. And that's the kind of situation that players love to be in, is when they're the ones with options and they can be making better decisions. And I have to fully agree with this Animal Companion. Leok isn't even the worst thing in the world right here because that Snake Trap is on the table.
Look at that. Not drawing into anything to play. Nevada is just going to Hero Power on turn 4. With 5 mana available, just a Hero Power comes out. That's a rough turn.
And so now what does ASU interpret this as? Because there's a couple different ways to go. Number one, it could be that your opponent's hand is just full of stuff like this, where they're rolling into Force Nature, they're rolling into, a bunch of 7-drops in their hand. They could read it as maybe Sylvanas or as Emperor Thorson being in his hand. Either way, I feel like this is a point where they have an opportunity to start pushing the action themselves. I think you're very likely to see the King's Alex in this spot, which Nevada happens to have a pretty good answer to with the Force Nature here. But as soon as that Darnassus Aspirant gets killed, now they're set back a turn.
It's one of my favorite cards. This is the reason.
Just the noise.
Yeah. That was a fantastic impression, but
so close.
There's a Ram Wrangler.
You got to win these jousts if you want to pick them up.
That's a little bit of an informational advantage here for Nevada, because they say, wow, he's got a Ram Wrangler. They're going to put more emphasis on killing beasts. They could have already guessed with cards like Bear Trap that, hey, this is probably a very beast-oriented mid-range hunter. But now they see the Ram Wrangler, which is still in the deck at least. They're going to be thinking, well, if that thing comes out and I get king crushed.
Well, Force of Nature here is going to help clean up this board, but again, that is Snake Trap that's sitting right there on the board.
Hello.
So those are, hello. Yeah, those are 3 1/1s sitting on the board. Yeah, and they are going to kill this Leok in the efficient way. Love the attacks here from them.
But now all of a sudden, this Darnassus Aspirant's going to get killed off, delay the turn 7 plays from Nevada 1 turn longer, and a Stranglethorn Tiger is coming down on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of a dangerous position. Now, the one benefit Nevada has is that they're still at a pretty high life total. 27 is pretty darn safe when your opponent's got 3 cards in hand. If they could see the 3 cards, I actually think they would like their position a lot.
Yeah.
With the Loatheb, that's giving them that insurance they want now. There's no kill commands happening this turn. You know, Ram Wrangler, Houndmaster, those are really the only 2 disaster cards that are striking this turn. I mean, maybe Eagle Hornbow, but outside of that, ASU, it looks like they're going to have to just commit to the board here with the Knife Juggler, the Web Spinner, and hope that the hero power and the kill command can really carry them through this game.
Yeah. If you're in Nevada, though, I mean, I've been in the position. I play a lot of Druid. I've had Golden Druid for quite a long time now, so whenever I'm playing against a mid-range hunter, I'm always bracing myself. You always go into turn 6 with the assumption that they have Hyman into Dr. Boom.
Yeah, which is, I mean, obviously that's, you know, the dream scenario for the hunter when they're playing these mid-range builds.
Yeah.
But with Ram Wranglers alongside of it, you know, maybe Dr. Boom's not in the build. You know, you can't always
That's
afford
possible.
it when you have stuff like Bear Traps in here.
And Stranglethorn Tiger also.
Yeah, so they are going to just go push for damage. I would be shocked if this Stranglethorn Tiger didn't come smashing in. And so now set to 17 and staring down the Knife Juggler of the Stranglethorn Tiger. I mean, Hunter's Mark's going to be bad for you. Houndmaster's still bad for you. Ironbeak Owl is a nightmare at this point. But honestly, TJ, I don't think you got an option. I think you got to go for this 5-10 and hope for the best.
You just got to hope. Mid-range hunter, you're usually a little bit more confident that they won't have the owl, because a lot of times mid-range hunter will only put 1 owl into the build, where more aggressive hunters sometimes will fit in 2. But still, that's one of the risks that you have to take. You can't afford...
Woo, Nelly! That is a second kill command, and that is a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, I actually think that's lethal amount of damage.
I count 15 damage this turn.
They
but
don't have the amount of mana.
Yeah, they have the kill command next turn, though.
Yeah.
I think ASU is going to push this right now, and frankly, I don't see a reason not to. Stranglethorn Tiger's getting 10 damage.
Yeah.
The Snake Trap's getting an extra damage. Even the Web Spinner's getting his poke in. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. You've already seen a swipe, too. And so if Nevada's in a situation where, you know, sure, maybe they can heal. Maybe they can throw another taunt behind this. They still have to deal with the slew of minions that you have.
They might be a little bit scared here. Yeah, and I was going to say, it could be a little bit risky. You saw them hold on to those left 2 cards for the whole game up until this point. Are you afraid of something like an Innervate combo? And it looks like they are, so they are going to trade off at least the Loatheb to only leave a 5 health creature on board. So if combo did come out, it would only do 21 damage.
Yeah.
As opposed to, what would be, 27 with 2 5/5s on the board?
Yeah, so I think it is smart to take it out there. I mean, it's basically one of the only ways they're dropping this game, I would think. And to not kill command here, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. I mean, this does definitely tip your hand off to your opponent a little bit, but, I mean, you know, there's no time like the present as far as I'm concerned with this situation. And Nevada, they can even swipe this board away. They can even heal for 5, but they can't do both.
Yeah, and I think you sort of just have to, at this point, swipe the board away, Wrath for 1, Hero Power, hope they don't have 3 damage lying in their hand, and then hope to heal up next turn. Because you heal this turn, you don't have enough mana to do anything else. So you're taking out the Stranglethorn Tiger, you're dead anyway. So this is what, I mean, you sort of have to do that, I guess.
Either way, I think you're pretty similarly safe. You know, I think one way does check against Houndmaster and maybe Ram Wrangler a little bit better. So I do like that line instead, but
you're
either
dead to kill command either way.
Yeah, dead to kill command, dead to Eagle Hornbow, dead to quick shot. You're dead to a lot of stuff. But, you know,
Not dead to Unleash the Hounds.
it's a situation you often find yourselves in. This does keep a 5/5 on the board as well. And so I think they fought as hard as they could. When you have 21 mana in your hand on turn 4 or turn 5, and it's all in the 3 cards, it's pretty tough to actually pick up that game. And so ASU gonna start out 1-0 here. Pretty darn easy game when Stranglethorn Tiger hits for 10.
Oh yeah, and I mean that game right there. Oh, fist bump's coming out.
Yeah.
Those guys are happy. All in a day's work.
And this is the kind of situations that I was referring to as well with Hunter. You know, if you kind of of ignore that this deck exists, it will present major problems.